Hi Rachel, this is Sarah from Flourish. I'm here to critique your shop, Rachel Irene Design. I'm super excited to get started. Make sure I got the screen set up. Okay. All right, the way this works is you see my screen, the same thing I'm seeing right now. I'm talking into a microphone and you can see my mouse here, so we can kind of look through everything together, even though I'm doing this ahead of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with your branding. Branding to me is one of the most, if not the most important thing you can do as a business owner, is to have solid branding. What does that mean? It means having a solid idea on who your target audience is, and then designing everything about your business, from your logos to your graphics, the colors that you use, the fonts that you choose, the words that you use, the colors and the backgrounds that you use in your photographs, to your communication with your customer. All of that is representative of your brand, right? And so that all has to be attracting your target audience. Super important. You know, you could have everything right. You could have the most awesome product. You could have great prices, beautiful copy, great photos. But if your branding is off and you're not attracting the right buyer for your items, none of that stuff will matter. So it's super important that you have a solid brand. So I'm looking at the name of your business. It looks like it's Rachel Irene Design. I'm assuming that's you. That's your name. I see that right here under your picture. I know you as Rachel Dumas. So perhaps Irene is your middle name. Either way, it's beautiful. Rachel Irene flows nicely. You have Rachel Irene Design. Now, I'm not a fan of handmade sellers that continuously use words like designs, studios, creations, handmade. What's the other one? Drives me crazy. Anyway, there are appropriate times to use that. I think if you're a photographer, using studios is perfect. I think if you're a designer, using design is perfect. But I normally don't like it too much because it tends to be really generic. However, for your design and your branding, it's beautiful to look at. So it looks to me, after looking kind of through your shop quickly, that you're a jewelry designer. So that, that's okay, having design. There isn't bad. I tend to like business names that are unique and authentic and really attract the target market for the products. And I love seeing taglines that really incorporate what the business does, what products do they offer, what can people expect to find in this shop, so on and so forth. Give me a second. I gotta let my dog out. I'm sorry. I thought she would be okay in here, but it doesn't appear to be that way. Okay. So, Rachel Irene Design, beautiful font, beautiful colors. I'm seeing like a blush, kind of dusty rose leaves. I'm assuming those are leaves or feathers. I think they look more like leaves. So if I was to look at this banner and I was to look at the color and the fonts and the graphics, what type of shop would I expect? Since you do not have a tagline, what would I expect to see? So the feelings I get from the branding is definitely feminine. I definitely get a feminine feeling. I pretty much determined that that's not a shop for men. I get kind of a boho feel, and I think that's from the nature of the leaves being natural, that dusty pink color, dusty rose color. So I got a feminine boho kind of feel. If I had to guess what you make, I think I might guess clothes. I think that might be the kind of what I feel because it's so nice. I mean, the branding is so, it looks very professional. You did fantastic with these font choices here. They really accent one another very well. The colors are amazing. What I would say is because the name is Rachel Irene Design, I definitely would add in a tagline. You know, have a little line. I don't know how you'd want to design it. But I think up here I would have what you do. If you're a jewelry maker or jewelry design, you could even say boho chic jewelry design if that's what you do. Let's go through your shop and get kind of more of an idea on all that you offer, and we'll revisit if we need to. This is nice here. The only thing I would say is, you know, this is a shop icon. I think it's fine. You have RI design. I think that's nice. It's a good way to shorten this up. I think it's great. I love that you have a picture of your face. It's close up. You're smiling. You're welcoming people into your shop. That's fantastic. So that's great. It shows that you've been on Etsy since last year and you've had 13 sales, which is pretty rough. So we'll go through and try to figure out why that is. Now, it's possible that just because you opened a shop in 2015, you may not have started selling until this year. So that doesn't really say a whole lot. Now, will your customers know that? Maybe not. All right. This section right here, Etsy lists as the tagline. If you have a tagline up here, you don't need to list a tagline here. You can actually just fill this space with strong keywords. Boho jewelry, or boho bracelets, or beaded bracelets, beaded jewelry, maybe boho chic accessories, or home decor, or something similar. Whatever, I'm not real sure. I haven't done the keyword research for your specific items. So whatever the most popular ones are, I would definitely put in this section. That will help boost your Google SEO. The same with these section holders right here, these section titles, these category titles. The more specific you are, the better it would be for you because, again, Google really pays attention to these sections. Now, talking about these sections, you don't have them in order properly. So there's a thing called page flow on a page, and what that is how easy the page flows on the eyes of your customer. So there's actually a thing called eye fatigue. It does exist. And it's kind of it's kind of where certain areas of the web pages or listing pages create a busyness, a confusion, a distraction, a big block of text. And so the customer doesn't really even read it or look at it or pay attention to it. So as you can see here, this causes choppiness. See that? What you want is to organize these from the smallest word to the longest word. So start with rings, and then lip balm, and then magnets, and then weavings, and looks like seasonal, then bracelets, so on and so forth, all the way down to the bottom. So it kind of looks like a half a pyramid. That will help with the easy on the eyes on your site, and also for your customers to be able to read everything that you have. I'm not a super big fan of all capital letters or all the way that you have these spaced out. It looks quite different from what you usually see. I don't know if you did something special there. Let's see if I can look at another. Yeah, see, these look completely different. I'm not sure what you did to make yours look like this, but it's harder to read. I noticed that you have a seasonal section with one item in it. However, when I go to the main page, you do have some pumpkin things that you have not put in seasonal. That's probably something I would do first. We're going to skip over the main part of your shop. Let's look down at the About section. Oh, you have a video. Let me watch.
Yes, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Irene, the face behind Irene Design. The name Irene is my grandmother's name, and it really means a lot to me, so I decided to use it in my shop name. I've been making jewelry for over 10 years, and I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I've always known this is what I needed to do. When I was little, I would paint rocks with nail polish and sell them on the sidewalk. For crying out loud, my goodness, I really need to do this. So, here we go. Let me show you around my workspace. Here's my little dog bed that my little Mona likes to lay in, my extra supplies. I have an inspiration board and some crystals here. I have my sweet little day bed where I like to relax and hang out with my friends. I have a collection of stuff that I've made and collected, and oils, and oh, so much stuff. And here's my sewing table, my painting table. This is basically where my cat would live if I let her. She just loves that little perch. And here is where most of the magic happens. This is my little office and where I make all of my jewelry. Oh, I just love this area. I'm going to show you a little bit of my packaging process. So when you buy a beautiful bracelet, or 2 or 3 or all of them, I will put them in a sweet little bag with my name, my shop name. Fold it up. Make sure I give it a little bit of extra oomph right there. And there you go. Your beautiful little package ready to go home with you, and then you can rip it open and wear your bracelets for the rest of your life.
Love it. Okay. So that's a great video. It really showcases you. It showcases your personality. It does explain your branding name, which is awesome. It definitely had some humor in there, which was great. It shows that, hey, you know, this is work that you're doing in your own little space. Love it, love it, love it. Good for you for putting yourself out there like that. And you know what? That is really what it's about. It's your customers getting to know you as an artist, as a designer, and seeing the actual creation process and seeing your studio space. That was wonderful. You're showing some materials here. You're showing some of your tools. Let's see. Beautiful outside area. Love, 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 love. So that's great. Good for you. Here you have your social media links, which is awesome. If you have a blog or a website, or if you get that in the future, you definitely want to put that into this section. Okay, let's look at the main part of your shop. Your pricing looks really funny, and that's because I'm assuming you're in Canada and you're probably pricing it with CAD. So me in the US, I'm seeing these funny kind of prices. That definitely can hurt you. If your market is US buyers, which for the most of Etsy sellers, it is the US. US gets the most traffic. I definitely would price your items for the US buyer. And yes, that means that your Canadian buyers then will see the weird prices. But the majority of your sales should be coming from the United States. Just in my experience in working with thousands of people, that seems to be the case overall, unless you have a good little local business going. So I definitely would price in USD, and I would price in the 95-cent price point, not 99, because you have a very nice, like I said, kind of boutique feel to it. So I would price this like would be $19.95. This would be $4.95 or $3.95. 22. This would either be $19.95 or $24.95. This would be $19.95. This would be $14.95. So I definitely would tweak your pricing. I think it will significantly help you and your sales. I can tell you that your shop is a little bit disconnected. You're offering what looks like lip balm next to bracelets, next to a geode magnet. So there is some confusion about your shop and what it is that you offer. I can totally get the raw crystals or the geode magnet with some of your other gemstone and mineral beads and jewelry, but the lip gloss really just does not match at all with your shop. So I definitely would take that out. Lip gloss is awesome, or lip balm is also awesome, and if you wanted to make a second shop, you could. I definitely would sell lip balm as wedding favors. I wouldn't sell it by the tube. I would sell it with a minimum order of 20 and go up from there as type like a wedding type shop. But I think I'd take them out of this shop because it's confusing. You know, you have target audience that likes perhaps raw crystals or druzy type jewelry, and they come into your shop and then they see these kind of random pictures of lip balm. It kind of takes away from the validity of the shop. So I would definitely take that out. But I think you could leave your magnets in there because it does kind of flow with the type of jewelry, and it's going to be the same target audience. All right, let's talk about your pictures. So your pictures are not terrible. They're not like hideous, like, oh my gosh, you have to go change them right now. But they do still need work. It looks like you're playing around, exploring with some different kind of mediums. The light also seems to be a little different in each photo. I think that this type of photograph with the linen or burlap, I'm not sure what that is, looks pretty good with the jewelry. This is pretty purple. This looks good, but again, you have to watch the colors. If the tint is off just a little bit, it goes from looking decent to not so great. I wouldn't use too many props unless you have them like kind of in the background. Staging is kind of a real tricky thing, and if you can get it down, you know, you're going to get it down and it'll look great. If you can't, then it always just ends up busying up the picture. So it's best to take them on a light and bright background with really no staging if possible. And then after the more practice you get, you can add in staging. Okay, let's look at your SEO. Just grab one here. You have redstone necklace, mala style necklace, rose quartz necklace, beaded necklace, long beaded necklace, boho necklace, crystal jewelry. For the most part, that sounds pretty good. I mean, you're using all your spaces, or all your characters. You're using space dash space between your keywords and your keyword phrases, which is awesome. Let's see if the actual phrases you're using are popular search terms on Etsy. So we're going to check that by going to the Etsy search bar. Redstone necklace, boom, comes right up. Redstone necklace, mala style necklace. Mala style necklace isn't coming up. Mala necklace, however, is. So you might want to tweak that a little bit. Mala beads might be a good one as well. Mala bead necklace, right there. You see that like midway? Right here, mala bead necklace. That's absolutely what you could say that is. Rose quartz necklace right there. Let's see if there's a rose quartz pendant, because that's really what it is. Right there. Beaded necklace, of course, is one, as is long beaded necklace, boho necklace, crystal jewelry. So just a little bit of tweaking. Remember, within the first 144 characters, the first like 66 characters are the most important, right? So you want to make sure that those are like awesome. You also want to make sure that you're taking whatever you say up here and put that exactly down here in the tags as well. That's super important. Your copy looks pretty good. You have a nice, decent paragraph here. You want to have the specs here. And then your last paragraph really should be you thanking them. Hey, thanks for coming into my shop. If you'd like to see more of our beaded jewelry, please click here and perhaps interlink to the beaded jewelry link in your shop. That will also help strengthen your SEO. So love is love, LGBT bracelet, LGBTQ bracelet, LGBTQ jewelry. So you're really ramping this up as jewelry or bracelet for the LGB group. So let's look and see what comes up when we put that in. LGBT bracelet. Now let's do love is love. Love is love. I probably wouldn't put love is love at the very top. Remember, the very first keyword or keyword phrase is the most important in the entire listing. So I might put beaded LGBT bracelet. Nope, that's not one. How about LGBT beaded? No. Jewelry. How about rainbow jewelry? Rainbow jewelry is one. What about chakra? Because it looks very similar to chakra. Chakra bracelet. All right, so I would say that, the format looks good, but you need to tweak some of your SEO. So definitely do your keyword research. Make sure that you know what the best words are to use for each listing and put them into the order that is best for that listing. So basically, whatever words or keywords are described the best for that listing, you want to list them from the beginning to the end. Then take, of course, the keywords, the keyword phrases, and again, drop them down here into the tags. Okay, so really, honestly, for me, I think your branding is beautiful. I really don't think you need to mess with it. A tagline would be nice, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. You need to get the lip balm out of there. You need to retake your photos. These ones are really the best, I think, in your shop that I've seen. For sure, this one, this one, this one. I really wouldn't have the crystals as staging. I think it throws off your jewelry. It does it, it takes away from your jewelry. So definitely work on your pictures. Work on your pricing. Price in USD. Have them at a nice even 95 cents. And then make sure you're doing your keyword research and you're tweaking your keywords. Overall, I think you have a nice shop. I think you're almost there. You just got to put another 15-20% work into the shop, and I think it'll be right where it needs to be. So thank you so much. If you have any questions at all, please know you can contact me on Facebook, either by private message or PM. Oh, Heather's calling me. Or private message, or you can tag me on the wall. So thanks so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.